Well, kia ora koutou, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bauer Auction Rooms for the two offerings we have here for you today. Big warm welcome to those who are here in person. Hope you've got your coffees all sorted and everything is looking good when it comes to your interest in property. Big warm welcome to those who are viewing online as well today. It's a live streamed auction, a public event. You won't be on camera unless you've got a dying need to be on camera. You can go and stand right in front of that one. It should just be me today. My name is Will. I'm the auctioneer. My job today, very simply, is to just step you through proceedings, check for our cash interest in properties and move forward on agreed bases. So today, as the auctioneer, there are a few things that are afforded to me as the auctioneer when it comes to how we engage, I suppose. First and foremost, I have the authority to nominate sums by which we increase bidding. I can refuse bids if I don't see it in the best interests of our vendors. May place a bid on behalf of the vendor. That's called a vendor bid. It will be disclosed as such. Funnily, I'll call it a vendor bid. It'll be below the reserve price. It's just giving you a guideline, roadmap, if you will, as to where you need to be heading. Probably not for sale at that level. We just move forward on that basis. Today, if you do place a bid, you're acknowledging to me a few things. First and foremost, you're bidding on your own behalf. You have done all of the due diligence you deem necessary on the property you're bidding on, be that legal, technical, financial or otherwise, and you're in that cash unconditional position. You've received all of the documentation, be that from the conditions of sale all the way through to REA buyers and sellers guides, all disclosures relevant, and that would have been furnished to you by your salesperson here at Bauer on the property that you're interested in. Today, if there is some sort of dispute when it comes to bidding, I'll very simply determine that. I'll go back to the last undisputed bid and move forward from there. Say there was two bids at the same time, I'll just figure that out, and if not, we'll move back. And the property may be withdrawn from the market that we are currently auctioning before it is sold by the owners of that property. It's their exclusive right to do so. Three things happen today if you're a lucky purchaser. Firstly, we'll get you to calm down and remember how to sign your name. So that's on the conditions of sale. Any information when it comes to GST, unlikely though, these are GST inclusive offerings, so what you bid is what you pay. And then any information when it comes to a deposit, the contract calls for 10% unless that's otherwise arranged by all applicable parties. So we'll go to the properties we've got on offer here for you today. First up today we have 360A Busby Road up in Katikati. Has been brought to the market by a specialist up those ways, Grace Anderson. And it is an absolutely beautiful prospect. Before I get to that, let me go to the legals of the property first and foremost. 360A Busby Road in Katikati, an estate and freehold, just over those 2 acres, so 8,445 square metres more or less. Lot 4 deposited plan S74229, in record of title SA59D, folio 110, and we've got the 28th of May or other such date as mutually agreed. Again, nothing's changed from the conditions of sale that you've been furnished with in regards to disclosure on this property. You move forward on that basis with your bidding or your offerings. So in terms of the property itself, well, as I say, just over those 2 acres available here for you of beautiful land. By beautiful, I mean it's surrounded by QE2 protective native bushland as well. So you know very, very unlikely you're going to get built out in years to come, and those beautiful views that you've got on top of the world of the corporate box of life at Busby will remain. Speaking of, moving on through, it really is kind of like the corporate box of life. You've got the view right out to the mountain, you've got all the conveniences that you could possibly want, and then we've got all those fantastic extras that you don't necessarily see in properties that are constructed today, in terms of those cathedral ceilings, those high rate in terms of the exposed timber, and then as well your open plan nature of the property, the great renovation there, so easy to just move in and enjoy at Busby. And then if you want to step out of the corporate box onto the corporate decking of life, you do have a great place to entertain. Again, a bit of a rolling front lawn there as well, and moving on through, you can see it's just set up for that entertaining. And if the entertaining really does go long into the night, of course, there's that extra sleep out. For those friends that you're having to stay that might not be able to make their own way home. But again, they're not in your house, they're just sort of outside. In terms of the property itself, so beautiful, you could probably have a wedding there as well. We've got a nice archway there, so many different points that are a possibility here at Busby. And all this in about 6 minutes drive into Katikati, so nice and close as well, but feeling not like you are near town. So I'll give you 3 opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got cash interest in the property. An opening bid and opening offer is what I'm calling for now on 360A Busby. 3 opportunities. The first call, for an opening bid. If you've come for the entertainment on this one, I appreciate that. Second, third and final. Well, I'm going to close the auction. I'm going to pass it back to Grace to deal with parties who are interested. I would not take a lack of bidding as a lack of interest. It's priced by negotiation now. I do know that there is some negotiation to happen very shortly when it comes to 360A Busby. If you've got interest in the property and you want a value proposition, I would get in touch with Grace Anderson at your very earliest convenience if you'd like to be a part of offering proceedings. So I'll leave it in your capable hands, Grace. We move to our final offering we have here for you today at the Bower Auction Rooms, brought to the market by Elliott Barnes. It is 25C Norris Street right here in Tauranga. A big thank you to our vendor on behalf of Elliott for the opportunity to present a really cool prospect and a great location to the market. We go to the legals again of the property first and foremost. 25C Norris Street here in the Avenues, estate and cross lease. And in record of title, SA18B folio 528 and SA17A folio 913. Again, nothing's changed when it comes to the conditions of sale that you would have been furnished with throughout the marketing period by Elliott and the team here at Bower. Well, for those who don't know, Norris has got its origins in Old French for being nurse, and I tell you what, there is nothing that needs to be nursed back to health when it comes to the construction of this property. Solid in brick and tile. Same as the pyramids in terms of a derivative of that when it comes to bricks, so you do know that it is nice and solid and it isn't going anywhere. I can't guarantee it's going to last as long as the pyramids specifically, but definitely nice and solid. If we move inside the property, if we are speaking of nurse, well, this is the triage. I think you'll find this is where all of the guests come in and we decide what we're doing with our guests. Are we sitting here and having a nice relaxing time? Would we like the fire on? Or if we move on through, is it time for something to eat? You can seal that off and you can head on in, further on through into the operating theatre, if you will, when it comes to entertainment. And again, something that you can bring up to another standard as well, but nice and easy to move in and enjoy this property. Moving on through, this is where the patients go in terms of their recovery. And it is nice to see well-apportioned bedrooms, a good size on those as well. And then supplies, always needed when it comes to medical sides of things, where you've got a great place when it comes to supplies. Right across the road there's Tuck and Save. If you do need to have a bit of a stretch of the legs and a little bit of some fresh air, then Memorial Park's not too far away. So ladies and gentlemen, given the opportunity now, we open the bidding. The first call for an opening bid on 25C Norris. The second, third and final. Well, I'm going to be able to help you when it comes to price on this property now. I'm going to hand the property in as expected, Elliott, in terms of dealing with those parties who are viewing online. Breaks now come off this property if you're of a conditional nature or haven't quite been able to get yourself ready. It is inquiries over 649,000. So in this location, so central and Tauranga, inquiries over 649,000 in terms of nursing. Well, that's the good medicine, really, isn't it? In terms of nothing needs to be adjusted there when it comes to price. Inquiries over 649,000. If you've got interest in the property at or above that level, I'll get in touch with Elliott Barnes as soon as humanly possible. Look forward to a sold sign on that reasonably shortly. That ends the offerings we've got here at the Bower Auction Rooms. Thanks for those who are here in person. Thanks for those viewing online. We'll see you another Bower Auction shortly. Cheers and good afternoon.